So this one is I'm a nun, and we got some lemons. Got a little tiny guy here. Goodness, how did that big spider come out of that little guy? Yeah, once I get back on my medical insurance, I really should get some anxiety medication, because it probably isn't very good. It probably isn't very good that I have this constant sort of worry about, especially about YouTube. YouTube is the main thing I worry about. I don't really worry too much about other things, but the rune thing recharges your item when you take damage. Oh, oh, okay, that's what it is. Good. Good. I forget what some of these items do. I know some of these items were in the original Binding of Isaac, but it has been such a long time since the original Binding of Isaac that I cannot recall some of them, even though I very clearly remember them. But yeah, man, I tell you, if I had confidence, and the reason why I don't have confidence too much is that I've had some bad experiences when I have been confident in the past that I've gotten some very negative reactions. There's a very fine line between confident and obnoxiously cocky, I find. But if you can strike that balance, you'll conquer the whole world. To be self-confident in what you do and who you are and how you think is one of the greatest things that we can achieve, because then you are trusting in your senses and your perception of the world just enough. But then you get into the tricky business when you're on the internet, and if you come off as too cocky or too self-confident, you can definitely come out as an internet troll or somebody who's a little too self-important, you know what I mean? It's different on the internet through text, as opposed to in person, but even still, the same sort of concept applies. Anyway, enough of all of this. Let's just piss on Larry Jr., please. Can we please? You bring the shit, I'll bring the piss to the party. It's a lemon party, baby. Sit in my shit. Sit in my piss. Goodbye. Yeah, having the ego... Actually, so... here's an example of me being confident to the point of obnoxiousness, I felt. So recently, outside of my house, there's a big lemon tree, interestingly enough, because I'm doing this whole lemon thing. Lemon party. There's a big lemon tree, and it has gotten way too big. Way too big, and I decided finally to cut part of it down. We had to go, my sister and I, to Home Depot to get a hacksaw. And even with the hacksaw, it took a long time to hack that sucker down. It was thick. The diameter of the trunk of the biggest part that I had to cut down was like the width of my finger. So it was like the actual inside of it. Like after I cut it, I put my finger on top, and it was about as long as my finger. Oh, so you know what I'm talking about then. Now, I don't know if pear trees have this, but the lemon tree has these really long, horrible spikes. That's the only way I can, like, they're actually spikes, and they're really stiff, and they can really, like, I was wearing gloves, and they almost, like, drew blood when I grabbed one. They're rough. And they're also about as long as my, like, pinky finger. So they're very easy to snag on into whatever. So I cut it down, and then I hacked it up, hacked all the branches up so it could fit in the garbage can, but there was still the main base that was way too big. And so we have this thing locally in the neighborhood where if you have branches or general refuse like that, something that's easy to pick up, you can leave it out on the curb, and somebody, I assume trash services or something, will come and pick it up. The reason why we have this is because I live in an area where there's a lot of orchards. There's a lot of farming communities around here, and sometimes they don't have enough space in their trash cans or dumpsters or whatever for their refuse, so they'll leave it out on the street. But where this comes into confidence is that I was coming back from the street into where I live, and where I live is technically what's considered to be an old folks like retirement community. It's a mobile home place, like prefabricated homes. And we moved in here with my father and mother, and I was originally just going to get them set up, but then my sister got very lonely. She doesn't really have a lot of friends. She has way more social anxiety than I do. And so I decided to live here to help her out, just because she has some illness, health problems. So I figured, hey, I might as well spend time with her while I can, you know. And so the managing community here decided, well, you know, technically only one person is above the senior age. That was my father. So we technically shouldn't let them in, but the owner of the place, of this little park, was very nice and probably very interested in getting more people to be on the rent for the place, because we have to rent the land. So they bent the rules a little bit to allow us all in. So technically I live in a whole community of like 60, 70, 80-year-olds. And when I was coming back in from taking the lemon tree, I used the little pass key into the gate to get into the little park. And an older lady walking her dog saw us, and she came up and said, hey there. So we've had some problems with people coming in and like misusing the gate key privileges. Like people have been giving like keys to like their grandchildren or something, and then their grandchildren just waltz on in when it's supposed to be like a private community. And she's like, now look, a lot of people around here snitch. I'm not a snitch, but like, you know, you better watch out. You know, if your grandparents are lending you that, you might want to be careful, because they could get in big trouble. And I'm like, well, you know, I don't live with my grandpa. I'm a resident here. She's like, really? How old are you then? Like, really condescendingly. Like, you guys, like, you must be the oldest, like, 50-year-olds I ever, or the youngest 50-year-olds I ever saw. And I'm like, here's where I got confident and kind of like, you're just, I was really sweaty and tired and just beat the shit up from working on this lemon tree for like an hour. My hands are bleeding. I'm kind of done. So I just said, hey lady, you don't know the whole situation, okay? And I started to walk away. Like, that was it. I was just like, look, you don't know the whole situation. And she grabbed my arm and was like, no, I get it, it's okay. Like, she kind of felt bad, a little. And I just kind of, I didn't roll my eyes, but I looked at her, was like, okay. And my sister kind of smoothed things over. Like, oh yeah, we live here with our parents and stuff, and you know, it's kind of this weird exception. We know it's kind of weird. She's like, yeah. And you could tell she was kind of done with the conversation too. And then we start walking away, and my sister and I look at each other, and we kind of like are like, whew, like that was a little intense. And then we walk like 5 more feet, and we just hear the woman behind us like laugh, like a big belly laugh. And I'm like, oh god, is she gonna like try to get us in trouble or something? Like, what the, like, it actually got me pretty concerned, because you can get kicked out of this place. And we don't have anywhere else to go. It would take thousands of dollars to pick up this whole prefabricated home and move it somewhere else, not even counting like the storage costs and for all the stuff, and who even knows. It would just be a whole fucking mess. But we've lived here for about almost 4 years now. So they can't kick us out just because one person, like, I was kind of short. I wasn't rude. Like, I didn't say, hey, fuck off, lady. I live here, okay? I was just sort of short. But when I'm short with somebody and I seem annoyed, people seem to think that I'm really pissed off. Something in my facial expression really kind of gives off a like, can you just, like, fuck off sort of expression. I don't mean to. It's just something in my eyes. I don't know what it is. So I felt bad, basically. That was me being sort of like, I don't know, too confident. So I need to really watch that. That's kind of why I have lower self-esteem, just because I feel like when I'm confident, it makes other people feel very uncomfortable. And I hate making other people feel uncomfortable. But I'm sorry, lady. I'm sorry. I know you live here, but you're not the gatekeeper. And I felt really annoyed that I have to prove myself again that I live here. Because I've been stopped multiple times when I'm walking through this place. Because to people who don't know, it's like, well, hey, what's the fuck's this, like, 20-year-old guy doing in here? So they'll stop me and say, like, hey, are you visiting? Where are you going? You know, it's sort of this weird harassment sort of thing. Because Because we do get solicitors and salesmen and stuff in here, so I understand their paranoia completely. But, I don't know. It's annoying that I've lived here for so long, and people here still, some people that I've even seen multiple times, think that I'm just visiting, or that I'm fucking up, or I'm doing something wrong. And so that preconceived idea of misdoing annoys me. I make people uncomfortable because I'm a cold piece of shit that doesn't give confidence to anyone. Good. Good. As you should be. How I wish I could be that cold piece of shit. Clear distinction between ego and confidence. Interesting. Anyway, so that's kind of something that happened like yesterday. And it really fouled my mood up, because I was like, man, I just finally put away this fucking lemon tree that has been messing with us for so long. It was like a victory, and then I get this, and I'm like, now I have to feel bad. Whatever. Did you hear about the pilot who crashed a plane because he was trying to join the mile? No way. No way. What an idiot. Holy shit. Dude. I mean, it sounds like he might not have made it, so I don't want to laugh if he died, but holy shit, dude. Isn't that like what they teach you, like, first day at pilot school? Like, look, all you Mile High Club fetishists, just keep it under control. You want to fuck on the plane? Maybe work here for 5 years, save up, buy your own tickets and private ride on a plane, you know? Bring your wife later, God, or whatever. That's any time that you're having sex on the job is probably not the best, you know what I mean? It's not the most sanitary. It wouldn't be great knowing you have to go back to work. This is only a 30-minute lunch break. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Excuse me, missus. Gotta hurry it up. Come on. Let's see. I'm really fucking shot at the moment, so my English might be worse than usual. Good lord, who shot our dear friend? It's okay. It's okay. You just lay on back and listen to Isaac piss himself. He didn't, no one on the plane did. Okay, so nobody died. Good, good, good. I don't like presuming the best, you know what I mean? What an idiot. How embarrassing for the person that he was having sex with. I mean, that's... You gotta feel a little guilty, like, man. Not only did you... it's almost like endangerment by association. That's... Huh. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm here to pee on maggots, not pass judgment on people's, particulars. Not that I've been the most saintly either, but that's neither here nor there. Let's see. Well, this challenge has been going fairly well. I'm glad they had challenges in Isaac. You know, if it was just doing the regular character playthroughs, this might get quite a bit stale. This is a nice distraction. There we are. Yeah, I don't know. I've been on planes. I've traveled quite a bit, and the turbulence alone would definitely not make for the best time on the Mile High Club. I mean, that I was over Iceland when I experienced probably the worst turbulence I've ever felt, and I practically shit myself in my seat. You poor man. I always feel so sorry whenever you tell me that you've been up for like 25 million plus hours. God. And I feel like I'm not making it any better just by doing this. Anyway, still holding on to my lemon party pill. Oh man. You know, I'm not going to presume to tell people, though, how to take care of themselves. One thing that I think we can all acknowledge is that we know. We're adults. We know certain things are good and bad and what to do, and if we have problems, we've probably tried to fix them in some way. I was having a really hard time a few months back now. I was having a hard time where I went to a barber locally, and I have really bad dandruff. It's not quite, what's that one? It's not scoliosis. It's something where you just have really flaky skin. It's only on my head, and there's nothing I can do to get rid of it. Shampoos, what I eat, I've changed it all up, and nothing works, so I've just come to accept it, okay? Usually it's not anything you can see visually. It's just, you know, if you scratch your fucking head, stuff's gonna happen. And haircuts and whatever. So I have always made it... I've been so annoyed by the fact that people bring it up that I always do this thing where if my barbers bring it up and tell me how to fix it, I don't tip them. That might be petty, that might be very small, but it's something that if a barber can appreciate, hey look, this guy's 20 plus years old, he's probably had this dandruff for a long time, he's clearly not getting any better, maybe I don't need to bring it up. You can't pay me enough to get on a plane. So anyway, just this lady, I was having a really rough time going to the barber a couple months back because my dad had just died, and he was the last one to cut my hair. Yeah, he had cut my hair probably about 2 weeks before he died, and so going to the barber was really emotional for me because it was like, man, now getting haircuts from my dad is done, and so it was really rough. And the lady, the lady who was cutting my hair was very insistent on telling me how to take care of my hair, and I told her fairly politely, well, you know, look, I'm really kind of not in the mood to talk about this, so I know it's kind of gross, I'm sorry, can we just not bring it up? And she's like, okay. And then she brings up another little home remedy, and I'm like, look, I'm sorry, did we not, like, talk about this already? I really don't want to hear what you're saying. I know that it's probably very helpful, but I have tried a lot of this stuff, and it doesn't work, so I've just come to accept it, okay? And I'm like, you're kind of upsetting me. And she just kept going, and finally, I just kind of broke down. I cried quite a bit. I was like, look, can you just fucking leave me alone? Like, come on. Like, she told me to rub tequila in my hair. She fucking told me to rub goddamn tequila with lime juice in my hair. And I was just like, lady, what the... You think I'm gonna go out and buy tequila to rub in my hair just so I don't have slightly flaky scalp? What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, really? Tequila ain't cheap, okay? Tequila's like... I'm not wasting money on tequila for my hair. And so I should have just got up and left. Like, I was beyond the point of fucking caring. So, but I didn't say another word. Neither did she. I just left. And I'm never going back. I decided at that point, I'm never fucking going back to that place. I'm cutting my own damn hair. It's just done. Hydrochloric acid rubbed in your scalp will fix your dandruff until your scalp grows back. Ugh. Hydrochloric acid. This is the last thing I'll say about my father, but it's funny that you bring up hydrochloric acid because he used to put that shit in his ear. Because he'd get, like, earwax really bad. So he would put hydrochloric acid in his fucking ear, and it would, clean it out, and I'm like, what the, and he never had hearing problems. I'm just like, okay, weird, real weird. Telepills. It always seemed like a bad idea to me. So, anyway, here we are at the lemon party. I'm focusing back on this just because my health is deteriorating quite a bit. But wow, when did I get so many bombs? How interesting. Oh, good. I can multiply my money by 0. How nice. Because I believe that's what the 2 of diamonds does. These cards tend to multiply shit. So let's see. Here, let's just fucking use it. Oh my gosh, I went from 2 to 4. Well, I guess that could be good if you have like 30 pennies. You go all the way up to like 60. Could buy your way into a whole bunch of shit. Real Scrooge McDuck situation. Feeling good. Look out, Boyles. I'm coming up. I'm really going strong here. Get the piss out of my way. I'm a man who's got a halo. Oh, wow. I'm rich now, boys. I can really afford that. You know, take that, Frankenstein. Get out of here. Take that card. Why do I even need to pay? Oh, thank God. Woof. There we go. Saved myself some daggone money right there. Anyway. That was a really weird sound effect. Okay. Anyway. I hate these dry bones, motherfuckers. Oh, here's something kind of interesting to talk about. So I got my first paycheck for substitute teaching yesterday, which is exciting because I have worked about 17 days and I have not seen a single goddamn paycheck. And that paycheck was only for 1 day. So somewhere out in the ether of time, I will get paid for my due diligence for helping the children. But as of right now, seen nothing. But I did get a little tiny check and I decided that was pretty cool. And so I took some of that and I went out to the store just to kind of get myself one special thing because I really can't afford to be spending my money on like anything. But I decided, you know what, fuck it. I need to see, at least really quick, if there's anything really kind of special to commemorate me being in this new career. And I saw something that touched my nostalgic heart organ, whatever your nostalgic organ is. I saw a Super Nintendo Mini. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know these were still like a thing. Like, I didn't think that these were going to be made or whatever. Nintendo is not good with their product stuff and getting that shit out there to the public. And I was like, okay, fuck it. Let's get it. And so I did, and it's the super fucking cool. And I compared it to my original Super Nintendo, and I never really realized how stained and disgusting my original Super Nintendo was. And I have to say, I don't know if you feel this way, Raven Dusk, but I have to say that for my money, there's 2 problems with the Super Nintendo Mini. So I'm not going to give it a perfect score, but the 2 problems that I have is that the controller cable is a little too short. I compared it to my original Super Nintendo, and those cords are like 10 feet fucking long, whereas the Super Nintendo Mini is like 4-ish. You get paid in 17 days? Dang, I get... No, I'm sorry. I misspoke. I've worked 17 total days, and I've only gotten paid for 1. It's a monthly thing, just like yours. But mine is... Because I just started, they put me on the following month's pay period. So technically, I think I'm working for 2 months before I see any paycheck. Kraj the Mimic. So, sorry to give misinformation there. There's no Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger would have been great, but that's not the one that I'm really upset by. For some reason, and I don't even know why this one upsets me, but I am really ticked off that they didn't put Donkey Kong Country 2 in there. There's a lot of RPGs in there. Yes, I would have preferred to see, hello, it's me, from the other side of the screen. DWHJR. For some reason, that was really hard for me to read. Goodness. Hello from beyond the screen. This is just like in the movie It, when Pennywise talks to Butch from the television. Kill them all, Butch. Kill them all. That was always so fucking freaky. Whoa. Holy shit. Someone's hosting me. I don't even have this. Oh, that's embarrassing. I don't even have the little animation. I don't have the little animation for when someone's hosting me. It's just using the basic zombie shit that every OBS thing does. Oh, God. I chipped a nail. Ooh, my God. What the hell are you doing? This is what happens when you're tired and bored. Good Lord. Go get the nail clippers. But thank you, DW, if you don't mind me calling that. If that doesn't bring up bad memories of Arthur and his little annoying shit sister, DW. But thank you, DW, for the hosting. Hi, everybody. My name's the Invisible Gunslinger. Hello. I'm doing Isaac stuff. Just doing the challenges. This is the Lemon Party stuff. Hello. I didn't even expect anybody to watch. I'm just going through... Where is she? Ooh, evil hand. And yet she's still got weird blackened nails. It's fine. Lovely. I'm called DW all the time. Nice. Wonderful. Well, I didn't want to assume, so thank you for letting me know. That's another thing I do not like to do. Assuming. Okay, let's see. Two of Spades is the JR. J, yeah. Either one's fine. Okay. Let's see. This is the mother fight. Is this the last one for this challenge? It might be. Let's piss on her. This is still... Isaac's mother is still a better mother than the mother in Harvester. Confirmed because... yeah. Like, it's no contest. This mom is better. Which is, just... You'd think she'd be the worst, but really it's not that bad. She's just trying to kill us. That's all it is. It's a pretty simple, straightforward... I mean, she's got the same relation to us as Bowser does to Mario. I mean, for God's sakes. It's perfectly innocent domestic violence. Come on. Is there anything more wholesome? Not, you know, whatever the fuck was going on in Harvester. That was rough. Rough, I'll tell you that. Isaac's mom literally wants to kill him. Yeah. Yeah, she does. But, I mean, you know. Anyway, enough of all this business. Let's do all this. Let's take her out. Let's beat the game. Play the video games, please. Let's not think about mother-son relations and their infinite complexities. Well, this is going quite well. She hasn't really hit me that much. The enemies are going down. I've got to do some little damage. She's saying my name. She at least knows who the fuck I am. Isaac. They really did make her her voice in the Rebirth a lot better than in the original one. I remember the original one. She sounded a lot more monstrous. It was like, Isaac, you know. You just killed that meat man. How could you? Maybe she isn't better than the mom in Harvester. Maybe they're on equal footing. Except one's got a foot in my grave and the other one's got a foot in my bed. If you know what I'm talking about. Stop yelling at me. I'm right here. Jesus. Come on. Right in the eye. Speaking of mother-son relations, the story of Oedipus has always interested me. Oh, well then, Hellboy, you've come to the right place. My goodness. Oh, Oedipus. I could go on and on. I actually have my copy of Oedipus right over here. I could go into that so much. And there's a really good... Ooh, Cards Against Humanity. Never played it. Seems fun. There's a really good follow-up story to Oedipus Rex. GG indeed. Mind if I ask how long you're planning to stream? Probably just for another 20-30 minutes. Maybe 1-2 more challenges. Just because I need to save my voice for tomorrow. I'll plan to pass out. Yeah, I'll say 30 minutes. How's that? Is that okay? I don't want to keep you up too long. But yeah, there's a follow-up to Oedipus Rex about his daughter. And when his daughter grows up, which is interesting. There's a whole story about her and him, and when he's an old man who's all blind. Okay, hold on. I'm getting distracted. Lemon Party, beans. Let's do beans. Let's see what's going on with beans. Because Okay. Immediately disturbing because I cannot cry in any direction. We've got this. This is what we're... Oh my, 99 bombs. That's, okay. I guess, Oh, but the bean is recharging. You should try Waka Waka. If you have anything about quantum... Hey, well, hey. Have you ever read anything about quantum mechanics / computers? I have personally not... I've read science fiction about quantum mechanics and computery stuff, but I don't know anything about any real-life developments or hypothetical situations regarding quantum mechanics or the like. So I cannot claim expertise as much as I would like to, because theoretical computing is where it's at. That's the real foundation, or the frontier of new thinking and new ideas and shit like that. I just find that stuff fascinating. If I may ask, what in particular do you find fascinating about it? This is your time to shine, if you will. If I was a hypothetical sort of person who knows nothing about quantum mechanics or computing, what would you say is the most interesting thing, if you had to sum it up in one sentence? I know that's a lot of conditions right there, but if you had to put it in one sentence, how would you sum up quantum mechanics? Or why you're interested in it, or whatever. However you want to go about it. Oh, that guy got pushed into the fire and died. How vicious. Okay. I have to say, this whole beans thing isn't too awful. Not too shabby. Ooh. Damage reduction. Okay. Interesting. I guess we'll... Oh, hi, Lust. Oh, shit. Get the fuck away from me. I'm sorry. I fart when I'm nervous. Look, I'm really kind of scared. Look, you're the Lust. You're the embodiment of physical attraction and all that, and you're just throwing yourself into the fire like a moth to a flame. You find the flame beautiful, do you not? Your lust for it will kill you. Or maybe my gas will. Either one. It's kind of a rough way to go. Bye! Okay. Bombs. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. G fucking G. Well. Yeah, that's probably the end of the run. This is gonna take a... Wow. Holy shit. Butt penny. What? What? Holy crap. This is not good in any... I need another one of those. Oh god. Where's the bombs are key? Oh shit. No, 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 no. I'm not giving this up quite yet. Oh fuck. No, this run is not dead. You fucking lust. Okay, hold on. Due to quantum entanglement, it is theoretically possible to send info faster than light, and in the process, it might be the tool that breaks down our understanding of the universe, and by proxy, might mean that the heat death of the universe might not happen. Now, here's somebody who's concerned with the long term, talking about the heat death of the universe. There's somebody who definitely knows what's up in terms of how things probably will inevitably go. We're going to reach the heat death of the universe by the end of this run with no bomb, right? This is taking for fucking ever. And I got hit anyway, and we got more keys coming in. Fuck it. Widow. Come over here. Oh my good. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Throw yourself at him. Fuck it. This is what it's... Wow. Wait, is he gonna die? Hold on. Maybe this is, ultimate strats? Ultimate strats. Ultimate strats, people. This is how the run's gonna go now, huh? It's a real throw yourself in there, and hey, we made it! We made it! Oh, this isn't good. This is... No, this is very bad. Okay, no bombs and beans. Come over here. Let's see if we can get as far as we can. Okay, look, you guys just gotta go. Done. Done with you guys. Oh, fucking hell. Fuck it. I mean, it's working. I mean, it's kinda working. What's your opinion on the existence of souls? Ooh. I would prefer... Wait a minute. Remember that time Danny Glover was in a Saw movie? I do. Regarding the whole souls thing, I think, despite how controversial they are, I do think that the Souls games are good. I know that's not what you're talking about. If possible, I don't want to get into anything too controversial, if possible. So that one I will sadly have to take a pass on, just for the moment. Instead, we'll talk about Danny Glover's Saw movie. This is working out fairly well. Fuck it, if I'm gonna... Thank God? Okay. Oh shit, I wasn't even paying attention. God damn it, I was looking at the chat and I thought I was walking in this way, but I went that way. Oh, this has all gone so fucking wrong. Hold on. Hold on, I can still pull this out of my ass, which is appropriate for this sort of beans-related thing. Okay. Here is my one and only opinion on souls. My ex-girlfriend does not have one. Confirmed. Here we go. Yeah, this is a little pointless. I don't know why. Here, at least get close. I can't keep this up. This has got to go. We got to just get the fuck out of here. Thank you for more keys. I'm so glad we've got these keys. What the fuck? That totally hit me. What the fuck? Why did that not kill me? It's because I was... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're fucking dead. Screw that run. Wow. Okay, that wasn't good. In the cards. I kind of want to retry that one. You know, give me back to that shit. That was unfair. That was mean. Give me back to beans. Fuck it. No, we got some power. Now we're playing with super power. Actual fucking bombs and shit. There we go. Yeah, not picking up any pills. Fuck that. We're done. Done with that pill lifestyle. Too much at stake. Could you imagine if I had gotten that, like, near the end of this? Like, towards the... Oh, God. Yeah, no. I can't put a bomb down because he'll scooch away from it. Waka Waka. Well, you know what? Hold on. You said Waka Waka. I have been ignoring you. I will go for it. Why the fuck not? Waka Waka. Here we go. Just to give this a chance. Okay, what's going on with this? Oh. Oh. Okay. It's, Gotcha. It's Pac-Man. Ah! They're lunging at me. Like I miss Pac-Man. The fuck? Okay. Whoa, okay. Okay, this is problematic. Enough. Enough of this. Oh, there's a... Okay. There's a magnet on my head, so I'm going to assume that they are magnetic and they're pulling things towards me. Interesting. Collect those power pills, you fucks. Oh, or just blow up. He made his choice. I cannot remember what some of these trinkets do, but I'm just going to assume that they're good. Let's go, shall we? I think we shall. Good. Nice. Everything's coming up, Isaac. Even that chest wants the pills. Tough shit, said the... I'm trying to think of something that rhymes with shit, but I can't do it. Let's go. Oh, this is perfect for the Pac-Man challenge. Look at this. We got this guy. Yes. Stay in your lane. Stay in it, and you will not be upset. I don't know. Just fucking Larry Jr. Larry Jr. is like one of the easiest bosses in the universe. Come on. Just die. Oh, if I lose to you... Man, that did way too much damage. What the fuck is wrong with me? Here, come over here. Step into my parlor, said the... he almost got me. I was a little close, I'll admit that. I'll put my hands up. Okay. We got it. We got it. Down into cellar 2. We got damage, we got meat. Got angry Isaac. Not something I like to see. Cute little Isaac all upset about something. Real pissed. Can hear him now. Come on, Bennett. Stick the knife in me. See what's going on in there. Confirmed, we're going to get the knife power up for this run. Let's get the knife in honor of Bennett. In honor of all the weird Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. What a time to be alive. I've talked about those before, but man, oh, to be a writer in a Shakespeare movie. That's the dream. To hear your words, that's how you know you're a success as a writer. Back on confidence, I think it's an important part is not caring what others think, but still thinking about the consequences of what your actions are. You know what? That might just be the most articulate that I've heard that discussed. And that might just be the best way to think about it. Consequences. Interesting. Oh god. This is not going well. Oh my god. Okay. I don't want Arnold to be the main character in a Shakespeare act. Well, Beans didn't go very well. In the card, Waka Waka sadly didn't go very well. You know, I'll give it one more chance. One more shot. If I was going to have If I was going to have Arnold Schwarzenegger be a character from any Shakespeare play, it would either have to be Macbeth or alternatively Hamlet. Hamlet would be... Try the host. Okay. After this, we'll try the host. Hamlet would be amazing because that is a story of pissed off revenge, which would just be perfect for Arnold. Bible track something up. I can just see him holding the skull of Yorick of old. Yorick. Yorick of good cheer. There's a duel. There's a really cool duel in Hamlet. That'd be perfect for him. Where they have a nice little sword fight. He's got to kill his own uncle, which is pretty sick. His father gets killed. It's nice. Real nice. To be or not to be. Boom. Not to be. I actually think that might be in Hamlet. I think... Wait. Is it to be or not to be? I'm really fucking up right now. I cannot remember where that quote is from. Fuck. I probably shouldn't have told 4th graders about the one play where the army general kills a queen's sons and bakes them into a pie. That was probably inappropriate. But it was funny. This one kid even got up and pretended to vomit in the trash can. I thought he was actually vomiting, and I felt really bad for a second. I was like, holy shit. I just made a 4th grader vomit just from speaking. But sadly, no. My vocal powers are not quite to that level yet, where I can make someone throw up just by talking to them. Now that's... If that's not a superpower... that's not a superpower. And the only person that I know... It's an old play, you have to... That excuse, it's a classic. Oh, really? Is she actually? That's so funny. Well, she is definitely to be. That's for sure. If the collective will of the internet could have her actually to be, my God, would they have her be. Anyway. Oh, drat, I can't see my health. And by the way, Raven Dusk, I wanted to apologize to you personally, just because I have no idea what was wrong with Bayonetta earlier today. I know you were really excited for that, and I felt very bad that I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. That's actually kind of why I'm recording this now, because I felt really guilty that fucked up. And I feel like it's probably something on my end. I don't know. I wish that music was going. Anyway, holy shit. Now I'm putting out a lot of bullets. Oh my. Good, I'm glad you at least got some enjoyment out of Harvester, because I felt like I didn't add much to that. I just kind of... Seeing it all again was so great. Oh. You know what she needs? A good hard penis. I don't know why I said that like Jimmy fucking Carter. Whatever. I saw your funny green text about how far humanity has advanced. I saw a funny green text about how far humanity has advanced because we lewd things that our ancestors sent our ancestors into uncontrollable fear. Yes, it's all... We can really see how far we've come when someone lewds Darkness Chan or cheetahs, or what else causes intense spiders. I mean, those Monster Girl spiders, people lewd the shit out of them. We ain't afraid of nothing. It's a brave new world, baby. Oh, Bowser. Bowser's been looted to hell and back. I've seen some great... Here we go about Bowsette again. I've seen some great little comics that are heartwarming little stuff about, like, you know, Bowser Jr. thinking that Bowsette's like his mom. That's cute. But then you get weird shit. Someone's already apparently made a porno of Bowsette. I saw that somebody's done that. Apparently they couldn't... They were getting so many requests to have it happen. Oh shit. I am very sorry. I did not know. I will keep it PG. Oh god. That's... Now I am blushing very hard. I'm so sorry. Oh god. Let's keep going. I need a good hard ice cream cone. Yes. You know what's funny about that is that, blah, 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 something else. Anyway. Well, you know, it's still not nice. Lust. I should tone it down. That's one thing that I really feel bad about sometimes, is that my stuff is definitely not child-friendly. And I feel like that's... As I've been taking my rounds in substitute teaching, it's very disturbing how, you know, how much kids are exposed to, because everything's, at least in our little world, is so adult-oriented. Oh well. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Can't see where I'm going. Can't see what I'm doing. Don't know what's going on. Doo-doo. Brain Dead and Evil Dead. Brain Dead in particular is just so... The blood in that looks just so sloppy is the only way that I can say it. You know what I mean? In Brain Dead. Ugh. And the custard scene. A damn fine custard. Yikes. That's, you'll never look at custard the same way again. I'm sorry to have to have reminded you of that. But that's what I think of immediately whenever I think of Brain Dead. It's... I mean, pretending like they won't hear it is laughable. And it is technically just the name of a body part, which is interesting. Fun. You know what was interesting was one time and I'll keep this PG. I was in a reproductive health class, and this was for college, and the teacher told us about some of her kids, and you know, because she was a teacher and she had her master's, she had raised her children to know the specific, you know, biological parts of your body in the correct anatomical terms. So apparently she had an interesting incident where her daughter had been sent home for saying something to the effect of so-and-so kicked Johnny, you know, there. And the principal was not very happy that she had used the anatomically correct terminology instead of just saying something like no parts or whatever. And it is weird that, you know, you get words like uvula that are fine. Everyone knows where your uvula is. And that sounds a little too much like some other things. Oh god, oh god, oh god. The first thing I think about... the first thing you think about is when you hear on Grand Theft Auto. All I think of is you had to follow the damn... You just had to follow the damn train, CJ. You know, I'm just gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna close my eyes and just hit the button a whole bunch of times. Right there. The host. Oh, that's weird. I think someone said earlier that I should do the host. Okay, what we got here? Spider love, fly love. How nice. How very nice. This is neat. Yes, Hellboy. Hellboy said it. Now, Hellboy, I have to ask, how do you feel about the new or how does everybody feel about the new Hellboy that they're making? The one that sadly does not possess the wonderful Ron Perlman. I recently followed Ron Perlman on social media, and he uses strong language like I have never seen anybody on Twitter use strong language. Yes. Yes, indeed, they're making a new Hellboy. I think it's a reboot, actually. It's gonna be pretty sick. The actor does look pretty good. He's got a super square jaw. I don't know the actor's name offhand, but he is very, you know, very masculine in his appearance, which is perfect for Hellboy. I don't know how serious or not serious they're going to take it, but it looks pretty serious. So that's nice that Hellboy's getting more attention. I can't recall who's the director of it. I really don't care about it. In fact, the name Keb is just my preferred name. I just made this as a combo of a bunch of other key identities. What's Hellboy? Hellboy is a movie series based off of this one comic book series. Very anti-hero-like. If you've seen stuff like... I'm trying to think. He's not... I'm trying to think of what he's kind of like. It's somewhat similar to, like, Watchmen, kind of. Not quite as superhero-y, but it's kind of like Watchmen if you had more of a occult feel to it, is the best I can describe it. But even Watchmen isn't exactly the most popular sort of thing. That's okay. Hellboy is great, thanks to Del Toro. You know, it shames me, it really shames me to say this, but I have not seen, Pan's Labyrinth. That is something I need to correct. Very straightforward. Watchmen is a wonderful comic series, that's a little, dark, I would say. Just something that's, I think, a better read than a movie, although the movie does have some wonderful performances, but the art in the original Watchmen comic is just stellar. Very, very good morality sort of drama, I would say. Now, if you want to get into morality stuff, if you ever are interested in reading like the original morality play, go read this one story called Everyman. Everyman is the story of a man, Everyman, who is going to die, and he is told that he needs someone to come along with him in the journey over, like, the river Styx or something. And so he goes to the personifications of all of his personal traits. Like, he goes to his wealth, and he goes to his children, and he goes to his bravery and his courage and all of this stuff. And one by one, they all deny him, and they have their own reasons for not going. And it's a really cool sort of... I mean, it's straightforward. It's just really straightforward. But it is a very good early example of, you know, the personification of emotions and attributes. Which is great. Because Zack Snyder... Oh my. Zack Snyder, boy. But in case... You know what? No, I'm not going to say who eventually accompanies Everyman on his journey. Someone does. I will say that much, but I will not reveal here who decides to follow Everyman on his little journey. I don't know what this goat head on my head does, but I assume it's doing a good. Whatever it is. It looks weird, but it's good. Trying to think of, like, one of the better horror movies that I've seen lately that I haven't already talked about. I mean, I've talked about stuff like Tusk, and that is one I thoroughly enjoyed, but I don't want to linger on him for too long. If I was gonna, let me try to recommend a middling horror movie. What's that story? I want to read it. Oh, it's the story of Everyman. Everyman. It's not that long. You'd actually probably really get a kick out of it. Hey, Satan. I'll take this one. Thanks, buddy. It's literally just called Everyman. Like the story of Everyman. Just Google, like, Everyman story, and and it's one word. Everyman is one word. You'll find it. It's really good. Pretty straightforward, but you know. But if I had to say a nice middle ground horror movie for like a 10-year-old, Gremlins. It's gotta be Gremlins. Like, I know it's kind of more of a Christmassy sort of movie, but it's a horror movie. The way some of the Gremlins are dispatched is quite evidently horror. So that's pretty nifty. If you've never seen Gremlins, definitely go take a peek at it. There's a lot of Gremlins movie clones as well, which are interesting. Yeah, good horror movie, you know, for kids. I mean, the Nightmare Before Christmas is pretty spooky. Some of those claymation things can be pretty intense if you're a younger kid. But that's a classic for sure. A lot of the original 50s like monster movies and stuff. You ever heard World of Goo? I'm not 10. I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. I was just trying to think, because I've been watching a lot of really hardcore. I know. I've been watching a lot of really hardcore horror movies. So I was trying to challenge myself by thinking of like something that'd be more kid appropriate. You know, because I've been doing the whole substitute teaching thing. If I got to show a horror movie for Halloween, I should show them Halloween 3. That'd be great. Get the Silver Shamrock theme stuck in their heads. Yeah. They'd be terrified to sing it. Great. Stop the broadcast. Stop the broadcast. Krampus is a amazing not bloody horror. Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't realize it was an hour-long play. Here's what happens in the Everyman thing. Basically, his good deeds come with him. It's not his bravery or his fear or his any strength that comes with him, because like all that shit fades as you get older. In the end, for Everyman, it is all the things that he ever accomplished, good deeds that accomplish him on his journey into the afterlife, giving it a real sort of do your best while alive sort of thing. You know, one of those. Have you ever seen Trick or Treat? I have not. Is that an anthology? I need to ask if that's an anthology, because I love horror movie anthologies. And in case you don't know what the word anthology is, that's where there's a lot of little stories in one movie, a lot of sub-stories in movies, or like individual stories in one movie. The quintessential, the absolute horror movie anthology for me is Creepshow. Creepshow is the best horror movie anthology, period. It is so good. A more modern version of that would probably be VHS. VHS is a very mixed bag, but the stuff that is good is really good. There's all good. It is. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna put that on. I need to have like a movie marathon. I need to watch like a bunch of horror movies. Dang it. I'm gonna watch those. Ah, gosh, the mom things here. Oh, and we're out. Thanks. Thanks for that. Any chance you have a recommendation for a CPU fan? CPU fan? Oh, I have no idea. I built my computer ages ago. I would check on newegg.com. That's where I bought all my computer parts, but I don't know if that website is even still up or not. But they typically sell some pretty good computer parts on there. But offhand, I do not know. Oh, poop. I said I was going to stop in 30 minutes, and it's been well over 30 minutes. So, tell you what, when this run is over, this will be the conclusion. I haven't really noticed any big host themes to this. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of bugs and spiders doing a lot of work, but I haven't noticed it too much. Like, it's not quite as a challenge as the other ones. Then again, I do have this horse. Lick it. It's amazing. There's an old video. Good God. But for any younger horror fans, do not watch Creepshow 2. Creepshow 2 is deeply disturbing. There's another horror movie, Uncle Sam. Oh, I've seen bits and pieces of that movie. I need to just get a list from you of trash horror movies to watch. Oh, by the by, I don't know if you happen to have seen this. Do you know offhand if Jeepers Creepers 3 ended up being any good? Just offhand. The second one was not, in my recollection, very good. The first one was decent. Had Justin Long in it. Fairly good pacing. Liked it. I love the intro of it because it's hardly supernatural at all. I kind of like that sort of... It had the same sort of feel as Duel. Duel is like a 1978 movie about a guy just getting chased down by a big truck. And it's awesome. Because it's just the dread of being hunted and not knowing if you're hunted, and it's just great. Duel. I didn't see it yet. Which one didn't you see yet? Oh god. I was just talking about Duel and Creepshow 2. If you get a chance to watch Creepshow 2, if you're ready for some disturbing concepts, give it a go. Jeepers Creepers 3. I'm gonna go. See you later. Goodbye, DW. Thank you so very much for joining us, and thank you very much for hosting me. Yeah, I haven't either seen Jeepers Creepers 3. Yeah, new Halloween's coming out in like 6 days or so. Have I seen It Follows? I have seen It Follows, and I have a few problems with It Follows, but nothing too big. I did think that the concept was interesting, even though I feel like people have summarized it so much that the initial concept is just sort of, you know, almost already ruined. Like, I knew what the concept was when I went to see it. Which, I guess it isn't ruined, it's just a plot synopsis. But it can be so easily summed up that I felt like they could have done a little bit more. Particularly because the my main problem with It Follows is just that one of the, like, the guy friend in there, like the guy who's like her friend, is just a piece of shit. I hated him. Not the one guy who you're kind of supposed to dislike, but the other guy, like the good guy. I didn't like him. I found him predictable and annoying, to be perfectly frank. I recommend Extro. What is Extro? Have you ever seen Cube? Oh my god. Oh, have you ever seen Cube? So DW's gone. No, he's here maybe. That was embarrassing. I never know, I just know the plot synopsis. I saw all the cubes. I've only seen Cube 1. How are the other cubes? Are the other cubes worth watching? Because the first cube... Oh... The first cube. How I remember the first time I watched Cube. Oh my goodly goodness. I've seen the first two Human Centipede. Hypercube. Oh. Oh god. Hypercube indeed. Still worth watching. Man, there's so many just good in quotations, good horror movies. You know which horror movie I really liked? And this is a confession. This is a dark horror confession that shames me slightly. But you know what horror movie I've only seen the remake of? And this is very shameful. I've only seen the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have never seen the original Texas Chainsaw, which feels like such a betrayal. But I did see the remake, and that had me rolling in my seat. Oh my goodness. The sheriff's performance. The sheriff, the guy who is in Full Metal Jacket. Oh, his dialogue is beauty. This girl dies, and he's trying to like haul her body out, and the guy who's helping him is kind of screaming at her. He's like, "Pick her up, son. She's dead as fuck. She ain't gonna bite you." It's just, oh. Yes, explosive diarrhea and all that. I could talk about horror movies forever. Anything of interest in here? Kinda. Oh my. Now that is a guilty pleasure. Jason Takes Manhattan. If I remember correctly, isn't Jason Takes Manhattan mostly set on a boat, like fucking Berserk? Like, what the? Hold on, I dropped something. What the? Where'd my horse go? Hold on a second, I had my... Whoa. I think I missed something here. Whoa. Oh, how I wish Jason could have been more in Manhattan. They filmed it in Canada. Jason fucks Canada. Thank you, God. Oh man, that D6 rolled all your. It did? It did. I didn't even realize that. Oh God. My horse. My kingdom for a horse, said Richard III as he was about to be fucking killed. My kingdom for a horse. I think it was Richard III. Maybe it was Richard II. One of Richard. Richard! Infested? Oh, I saw Jason X and I laughed my ass off. I have to say, I have a very... Like, Friday the 13th is my guilty pleasure. Like, just all of it is my guilty pleasure. I hate to admit this, but I believe I believe it was Friday the 13th, like part 5 or 6, was the first time I saw a woman, like, topless. When I was, like, 10. It was this one, there's this one scene, I still remember it very vividly. There was this one scene where a woman, like a young girl, is getting ready to go on a date or something, and she's like getting herself all dressed in the mirror, and she, for whatever fucking reason, this is pure exploitation, she is looking at herself in the mirror, and she goes, okay, it's showtime, and she like completely rips open her top, and just her tits are out, and I'm like, okay, it's showtime. And that blew my mind. The first topless woman I saw wasn't really interesting. Starship Trooper. Yeah, but you missed the message the first time. Oh, I missed the message the first time, so here it is again. An interesting tidbit is that I grew up falling asleep to either the original Saw or the South Park. That's so weird. I actually also watched the South Park movie really late at night back in my old house. Back when I had cable. The South Park movie. Oh, the South Park movie. Fucking blame Canada and all that. So weird I've been to Canada. It was a dreary place. I went to Edmonton. Edmonton is above Ohio in like the middle of Canada. And I went for Halloween, weirdly enough. And it was, kids were trick-or-treating in the mall because it was too cold. Which I just thought was hilarious. So all the stores would put out candy for the kids, and there were just kids running all around this. Bigger, longer, and uncut. A beautiful name. Oh man. As soon as this run is done, we're all gonna go to sleep. Well, except for Hellboy. Hellboy's gotta be up for like forever. But after this, I'm toast. I'm gonna go have like some ice cream or something and just go pass out. See if I can find any more substitute teaching jobs before I go, because I have to schedule myself, which is interesting. If I wanted to, I could never work another day. I have no schedule, but then I'd be poor and living on the street, and it'd be great. Then I could stream all this while Jason punches my head off while we have a little boxing match. And speaking of boxing matches, when I picked up the Super... Wait a minute. Okay.
Friends till the end.
Indeed. When I picked up the Super Nintendo Mini, I immediately, right away, went and played Super Punch-Out and beat it, like, within an hour, because if there's any game that I know, and that I've spent memorizing patterns and character animations and all of that shit, for whatever reason, it's Super Punch-Out. And it's just as good and satisfying as I remember, and the voice acting in there is beautiful. Bald Bull! Mad Clown! Hey KK Karo! All of those are just brilliant. Gabby J! Yay! I love Super Punch. Like, that is my shit. I never played the original Punch Out on the NES, so I don't have any emotional connection to beating the shit out of Mike Tyson, like most people do. But the other game that I know the most is probably the Super Metroid. I have never played Super Metroid, and that's another reason why I bought the Super Nintendo Mini, is so I can play Super goddamn Metroid. Oh, and then Street Fighter 2. Have you played any of the South Park games? I find it funny that the most recent one is called Fractured Butthole. No, I have not played any of the old or original or whatever. Champion Belt. Challenge Up. How nice. I have not played any of the original South Park games, or the newer ones, or whatever. I haven't played that one where it's like a first-person shooter and you're throwing snowballs at turkeys and shit. Have not played that. On the N64, haven't done it. Speaking of Super Metroid, I was actually at a flea market one time, and I found not just the original cart, but I found the original box, booklet, and cart together. And this guy wanted $120 for it. And I was really on the fence, but now I'm fairly happy that I didn't. Because now I got that and more for considerably less. I just had to wait like 6 years. But I almost did it. Very close. Let's see if you can survive explosive diarrhea, mother. First game I ever played was Super Mario World. So I have an intense nostalgia for that. And Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. Probably up there with my most nostalgia-blinded game ever. I love that shit. I know those sprites by heart. I could draw them from memory. And the sound effects and the character dialogue and how funny Bowser is in that. It's just great. It's a wedding. When else are you gonna see? When else are you gonna see Bowser making out with Mario in a wedding chapel? You know, maybe nowadays, but back then, unheard of. There we go. And that's the end of that. Let's see. I've had 6 floppies. Street Fighter 2 is the first. Those damn turkeys were assholes. I've been a fighting game dude for a long time. And here we go. That's the end. That's the end. Tech 5 has appeared in the basement. How sweet. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Well, oof. I believe that'll be all for today. I have to go get some food and give my voice a rest for tomorrow. If anybody can join me tomorrow, I would appreciate that. But if not, then I just really am thankful that you guys stopped by. So have a good night, have a good day, and I'll see you when I see you. I've been the Invisible Gunslinger, of course. And thank you guys for joining in, really. And I'm so embarrassed that I said penis in front of that guy's sister. That was the worst thing that's ever happened to me on stream. Great. Anyway, see you later, guys.